What's up guys, Lewis here from Indie back with another run through of all the week's top indie game news. As always, all news stories spoke about in this video are covered at a lot more length on the weekly podcast, which goes live every Monday. So if you want to hear us really chew the fat on these news stories, then head over and watch that on the Indie channel. But enough of that, let's dive into this week's indie game news. Up first, we kick off with Xscape Doodle. Now, Xscape Doodle had a Kickstarter campaign at the beginning of the year, which was successfully funded, hence why the game is now getting a full release and coming to PC and Nintendo Switch on the 30th of November, hopefully other consoles at a later date. Xscape Doodle is developed by Sonka and Cubic Games, and is a 2.5D doodle-style adventure game that looks to be a lot of fun. I mean, come on, being chased by a crazy purple worm across a doodle world, well, that looks pretty interesting to us anyway. As I said, Xscape Doodle is coming to Nintendo Switch and PC on the 30th of November, and we're still waiting to hear about other console release dates at a later date. Up next, we have got Greece. Now, if you don't know what Greece is or you haven't seen Greece, then wow, what a game Greece looks to be. This absolutely stunning narrative puzzle game looks to boast a pretty gorgeous art style with almost watercolour style visuals. Greece is being developed by Nomada Games and published by powerhouse Devolver Digital, and what's more important is we got a release date this week. The game is also coming to Nintendo Switch and PC on the 13th of December. Personally, I cannot wait to get my hands on Greece. The game looks absolutely stunning. On the podcast, we refer to it as almost what it looks like an isometric journey, the way it looks to swell up emotions through its visuals and for its sound design. But enough on Greece, you can get your hands on it on the 13th of December when it comes to Nintendo Switch and PC. Next, we move over to Soundfall. Now, Soundfall is another awesome looking game. Honestly, this game looks so innovative, we cannot wait until it releases next year. What's more important, that the full release of the game is a lot more probable now, but the game hit its $55,000 funding goal on Fig. Now, if you've not seen Soundfall yet, it is an audio-driven dungeon crawler being developed by Drastic Games, a team made up by some Epic Game veterans. And as I said, it looks very interesting. The way the EQs almost bounce up the environment and the different colours bursting out the screen all make Soundfall honestly a game I cannot wait for in 2019. Seriously, this game has to be on your watch list next year. Now, it's only a short week for news this week, and we finish up with Path of Exile. Now, you've probably heard of this game before, as it released on PC way back in 2013. But the news this week came that the Path of Exile is coming to PlayStation and other consoles in 2018. More specifically, December 2018. Now, if you don't know anything about Path of Exile, it is a huge and expansive, dark, free-to-play RPG game. Seriously, this game has an absolutely huge skill tree and tons of combat stats to play around with. Now, although Path of Exiles does have MMO elements, with it being an online game, it is a lot more of a strict dungeon crawling RPG rather than an MMO game. And as I said, it is free to play, so we cannot wait to check out as the Indie team when it comes to PlayStation on the 9th of December. As I mentioned, a very short week for indie game news this week, guys. But if you do want to hear us talk about these news stories in a lot more detail, then check out episode 64 of the Indie podcast when it goes live Monday evening. But that is going to wrap us up. As always, if you like these videos, why not give them a little like? And if you like what we do at Indie want to keep up to date with more indie game content, including news, reviews, previews, and as I said, a weekly podcast, why not subscribe? And if you really like what we do, and you want some exclusive content on that weekly podcast, as well as a complete ad-free experience, want to head over to patreon.com/Indiecredible or follow the link down here somewhere, and then go give us $1 or so and you get exclusive pre and post show content. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.